Arsenal are closer than ever to signing their version of Haaland. The player has said yes. Look, I'm of course talking about Benjamin Sesko, but there's some other things that I want to touch on in this video that I want to get people's opinions on. Look, Benjamin Sesko wants to come to Arsenal. Arsenal want Benjamin Sesko. When I first heard that news, I wasn't so thrilled. I wasn't thinking, oh my God, this is going to be the transformative signing that Arsenal need. But I went away and done my research, and I can tell you there's some things to be excited about on this player. This player is incredible in so many ways, and he's got some exceptional details here that we're going to go through that I think might impress you. Before we get into it though, just very quickly, I hate to do it, but just hit like on this video. Just give me a thumbs up. So, Benjamin Sesko to Arsenal. Before I give you my thoughts, I want to hear yours in the comment section. You know, it's getting more and more likely that Benjamin Sesko will come to Arsenal in this transfer window. Like I said, when I first heard it, I was kind of thinking, okay, this is a good player. From what I know of Benjamin Sesko, he's a tool. At the time, I thought slow, good technically, and he's an okay finisher. I've gone and done my homework, and I can tell you something. This player's the next Haaland. I'm telling you, this player is the guy that Arsenal need. And people might laugh at that comparison to Haaland, and I'm not saying he's as good as Haaland yet. I'm not saying he's as polished as Haaland yet. But I do think this player has skills and attributes that actually mirror what Erling Haaland is. I'm going to tell you why, okay? So Benjamin Sesko, He's 1 inch taller than Haaland. And you might be thinking, yeah, but Haaland's quick. But listen to this, okay? Benjamin Sesko's top speed is 35.47 kilometers an hour. From what I could see online, those are the stats that comes up. Erling Haaland is not even 1 kilometer an hour faster than Benjamin Sesko. And he's 3 years older. Erling Haaland is 24 next month. Benjamin Sesko, a couple of days ago, just turned 21. 3 years younger than Erling Haaland. And like I said, the pace is comparable. So that kind of confused me, because I was thinking, this is not the guy that I expected. Like I said, I thought Benjamin Sesko was a big, tall, and kind of slow. But like I said, I went and looked at his stats. I went and looked at his highlights. And I know YouTube can be deceiving. If you was to look at Olivier Giroud's highlights, you'd think he's the best player in the world. And I'll tell you what, it's actually, you know, bringing up Olivier Giroud, parts of Sesko's game actually reminds me of Olivier Giroud. I always thought, and I still do hold the opinion of, the best kind of player in terms of link up, in terms of doing them little flicks, you know, just angling his foot in a direction to make the pass to someone else. So I always used to think Olivier Giroud, in terms of doing that, was exceptional. And from what I've seen of Benjamin Sesko, he kind of has a little bit of that about him. Like, he's always trying to do back heels and layoffs, and, you know, players can do it and get it wrong at times. But from what I've seen, Benjamin Sesko is actually very, very technical. He's very good at link-up play. And his touch, you know, like I said, limited. I don't watch all the other leagues as much as the Premier League. I focus my time on the Premier League, so that maybe doesn't allow me to watch some of these guys as much as you guys. So let me know, because I've seen in the comment section in previous videos of you guys saying Benjamin Sesko isn't the guy. But from what I'm seeing, I can't help but look past Benjamin Sesko and think, look, 21 years old. He's not going to come in and start every single game, but do we really need that? We saw Havertz at the end of the season. We saw how effective Kai Havertz was. Do you really want to bring in a guy who's going to move Havertz out the way and probably make Mikel Arteta drop Havertz back into that number 8 position that we've been so frustrated with so many times this season? We don't need Sesko to come in and hit the ground running. Like I said, just turned 21 years old as well. He finished the season as a 20-year-old striker. Played for some good teams, got some good experience. I think at a club like Arsenal, like I said, I think this really could be Project Haaland. This isn't me building it up just to make this video. But like I said, I told the truth in a few videos before this. I've said, I think this is a good sign, and I don't think it's a transformative signing. But having done the research, having looked at this guy, like I said, 6'5", 21 years old. And in terms of speed, he's less than half of a kilometre an hour slower than Gabriel Martinelli's fastest pace this season. Like I said, so many people this season have said, Arsenal need that outlet. We're lacking pace in attack. And I would agree. You know, the only fast player we do have in them attacking areas is Gabriel Martinelli. So when you need an outlet, Gabriel Martinelli, you know, it's easy to work out. Teams know, well, if they get a break here, Arsenal are going to go long to Gabriel Martinelli. If you can have a couple more players with that speed, you know, Pedro Neto's been linked to Arsenal. A player I don't mind, actually, But it's just that injury record I'm looking at and I'm thinking, is that the answer? Is that what Arsenal need? Do we need another Jesus, Partey, maybe even Tomiyasu at times? A player who sits on the bench for a month and then he's back. And then he'll sit on the bench and then he's back. And it's like you can't get the consistency you need to really develop that player, to really bring that player on. Like a Ben White, for example, who's so consistent, who is available, who's probably maybe a bad example because he did miss a couple of games. But do you know what I mean? You need a player that you can rely on. And I think Benjamin Sesko could be that at 21 years old. You know, like I said, I'm comparing him to Haaland. But if you wanted to bring a player like Haaland in, you're going to be paying 400 or 500 grand a week. Benjamin Sesko is reportedly on 70 grand a week. So you're not even smashing your wage structure. You know, there's a release clause there. You know, Leipzig are trying to get him to sign a new deal so they can make some more money out of it. And they're saying, listen, if you want to be at a club for developmental reasons, you need to stay where you are. You know, but Arsenal need to be looking at that and pushing it. And like I said, the news today, Charles Watts, very respected journalist, come out and said Benjamin Sesko's made his mind. Like, he said yes to Arsenal. He's willing to come. So if Arsenal want this player, the player is there for them. And at under £50 million, I'm looking at that player and I'm thinking this could be a deal that's too good to give up. Like, this could be a deal that Arsenal have to do. Like I said, you can bed him in. You can bring him in. And he can even be on the bench for the first few months. Now, he's not going to be. He's going to get game time. He's going to be coming off the bench. But you allow him to come into a team without pressure. You know, you're coming into a massive team now. This isn't the Arsenal of 4 or 5 years ago where you can bring a player in, you know, and you can kind of just throw them straight in the team and say, just do what you can because we're not that great anyway. You know, we're going to be fighting for the title. We're going to be fighting for the Champions League. So we're going to need players to come in and not have that pressure. You know, look, Havertz is going to start. Benjamin Sesko, you're going to come in. You can work your way into that starting lineup. You can be the main guy. But for now, just come in. Let's have a look at you. Get you in training. Get you doing some routines. Get you learning this mentality. Get you in and around these players. And just build him into this squad slowly. There's no rush with a player like that. You know, the ceiling is unlimited, basically. This player can be whatever you want him to be. And with Mikel Arteta's developmental skills, it's a player I'm looking at. And with his attributes, I'm thinking this could be the guy. I honestly believe it. I'm not just saying it for the video. I actually think Benjamin Sesko could be something special. 21 years old. He's just turned two days ago. This is a player with so much growth. You know, in other transfer news, we've had Rashford to Arsenal. Look, I've been away for a week, so I've missed quite a few videos. I'm back now. The daily videos are going to be coming out every day, but I have missed quite a few stories. If there's anything you want my opinion on while I've been gone, let me know. But Marcus Rashford to Arsenal was a story I was looking at thinking, please miss me with that. I'm not interested in seeing Marcus Rashford come to Arsenal. Look, good player on his day, but when's his day? Like, it's not a player who's consistent enough. He's on about £4 million a week. Exaggerated, of course, but you know what I mean? Like, he's going to smash the wage structure. If you want to bring a Marcus Rashford in, he's going to be the highest paid player by probably maybe double. You know, we had to bring Havertz in from Chelsea, and now he's our highest paid player. To bring Rashford in, you're probably going to have to double his wages. So it's like, come on, man. We can't be bringing in Rashford and paying him 300, 400, 500 grand a week for a player who's not that good. Look, a Rashford on form, I've said it before, he's a very, very good player. In terms of speed, in terms of finishing, we saw what he done to Thomas Partey. He sent him back to wherever. With that skill, done him and then scored. So Rashford can be a good player, but he's not even an England international anymore. He's not going to the Euros, and rightly so. Look, there's been some backlash for Gareth Southgate for not picking him, but I think it's a strong decision. Rashford didn't deserve to go to the Euros, so he doesn't deserve to come to a team like Arsenal. I'm not interested in a player like Rashford at all. Like I said, good player, but not for me. Also, we've had news come out today about zubimendi. Apparently, he's not interested in joining Arsenal. Look, we've heard these kind of stories before and then players join, so it's not like this is out of the ordinary. You know, players at times might be thinking, look, I only want Barcelona or Real Madrid, which is what this guy's thinking. You know, he's a Spanish player, plays in the Spanish league, and the two big teams over there are Real Madrid and Barcelona. But if a team like Arsenal come in, you know, you'd be stupid to turn it down. But again, if he doesn't want to come to Arsenal, I'm not interested. We only want players who want to play for the badge. If you ain't playing for that thing on your chest, I'm not interested. Mikel Arteta probably won't be interested. He knows what he's doing. Mikel Arteta knows the profile of player he needs. He knows the players with a mentality. Look at the players he's brought in recently. I've got no reason to doubt Mikel Arteta. Look, if this is the guy he wants, I'm behind it. If this isn't the guy he wants, then I'm behind it. Look, I've made my feelings known. I want a player like maybe Amadou Onana from Everton. I think he's a good player. And fair enough, some of you guys have come out and said you don't think Onana's the right profile of player. And I think there's always going to be a difference of opinion. We're hearing more and more as the transfer window is coming up. Newcastle are going to need to sell players. Isak could be on his way. Bruno Guimaraes could be on his way. And if we can get Bruno, I'm over the moon. A brilliant player. I think there's a release clause in his contract that comes into effect for only like a month or so, where you have to buy the player for 100 million outright. You can take him there and then. If not Newcastle are not going to want to sell him unless they have to. Like I said, I don't know the financial happenings of Newcastle behind the scene. It looks like to me and many other people, you know, in the media are saying, look, Newcastle are probably going to have to sell, especially with them missing out on Europe. They might be in a sticky situation. So look, there's going to be loads of stories coming out over the next few weeks. I'm going to be covering every single one. We're going to be back now to the daily Arsenal videos. There's going to be a video out every single day. So get in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on everything you've heard in this video. What's your thoughts on Benjamin Sesko? The rumours are heating up. A lot of people are coming out and saying, look, this is a deal that's nearly done. Fabrizio Romano's talking about it quite a lot. Is this a player you're interested in? Do you think this would be a good deal for Arsenal? Let me know. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. And before you go, if you could just do me the favour, like I said, just hit like. Just give me a thumbs up, like it, and subscribe. And I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.